7 habits that will make you irreplaceable. Goldel, key to prosperity. Success is not merely about being skilled or even exceptional at what you do. It's about becoming someone whose presence, contributions, and impact are so profound that the thought of replacing you seems unimaginable. The world is filled with talented, hard-working individuals, but talent alone does not ensure you'll stand out. Becoming irreplaceable stems from cultivating habits that distinguish you not only in your abilities, but in your character, mindset, and approach to life. These habits position you as someone who doesn't just contribute to a team, but elevates the entire endeavor. When you become irreplaceable, opportunities gravitate toward you. People seek your guidance, collaboration, and leadership. This isn't just about securing a job or a role. It's about building a life where your value is recognized in every sphere, from professional to personal to social. The habits that make you irreplaceable are not ostentatious or unattainable. They are grounded in simplicity, yet powerful in execution. They require discipline, self-awareness, and a genuine commitment to making a meaningful difference. The truth is, anyone can become irreplaceable. Your starting point, natural abilities, or industry doesn't matter. What matters is your deliberate choice to show up daily with the intent to excel, not for accolades, but because you're driven by a desire for growth, excellence, and impact. These habits aren't about outshining others. They're about surpassing your own potential. They transform you from competent to exceptional, from capable to indispensable. Below are 7 habits that will set you apart as someone truly irreplaceable. These habits are accessible to all but demand consistent effort and intentionality. When woven into your life, they will reshape how you view yourself and how others perceive you, ensuring that your presence is not just valued, but essential. Habit. Consistently exceed expectations. To become irreplaceable, you must go beyond meeting expectations. You must surpass them. Most people do what's required of them and stop there. They fulfill their duties, check the boxes, and move on. Irreplaceable individuals, however, approach every task with a mindset of excellence. They don't aim to meet the standard, they strive to redefine it. Their goal is to deliver results that surprise, delight, and add unexpected value. This habit begins with a simple yet powerful question. How can I add more value? Every project, interaction, or responsibility becomes an opportunity to go above and beyond. It's not about perfection or overworking yourself. It's about delivering more than what's anticipated. For example, if you're tasked with a report, don't just submit it on time. Include insights or recommendations that weren't requested. If you're helping a colleague, don't just solve their immediate problem. Offer guidance that prevents future issues. This proactive approach demonstrates initiative and care, qualities that make you unforgettable. Exceeding expectations requires anticipation. Irreplaceable people don't just follow instructions, they think critically about the purpose behind the request. They ask, why is this needed? What's the ultimate goal? By understanding the bigger picture, they deliver solutions that align with the desired outcome and often improve upon it. For instance, if a client asks for a basic proposal, an irreplaceable person might include a strategic plan that addresses unvoiced needs, earning trust and admiration. This habit extends beyond tasks to how you treat people. Exceeding expectations in relationships means showing up with integrity, kindness, and attentiveness. It's about listening deeply, remembering details that matter, and following through without being prompted. When you make others feel valued, you build connections that last a lifetime. For example, sending a thoughtful follow-up note after a meeting or checking in on a colleague's progress shows you care, setting you apart in a world where such gestures are rare. Consistency is key. Exceeding expectations isn't about occasional, grand gestures. It's about a daily commitment to excellence. Irreplaceable people bring their best effort to every task, no matter how small, even when no one is watching. They hold themselves to a higher standard than anyone else does, not because they seek praise, but because they refuse to settle for mediocrity. Mediocrity, they know, is the fastest path to irrelevance. This habit requires strategic energy management. You can't say yes to everything and expect to over-deliver consistently. Irreplaceable people prioritize high-impact tasks, ensuring their extra effort makes a meaningful difference. They focus on quality over quantity, directing their energy where it counts most. For example, instead of taking on every request, they choose projects where their skills can shine and deliver exceptional results. The rewards of exceeding expectations are profound. You build a reputation for reliability, excellence, and value. People come to rely on you because they know you'll deliver more than promised. This reputation opens doors, whether it's a promotion, a new partnership, or a leadership role. You become not just a contributor, but a catalyst, someone who elevates every environment they enter. To cultivate this habit, start by identifying one task or interaction each day where you can go the extra mile. It could be as simple as adding a creative touch to a presentation or offering unsolicited support to a teammate. Reflect on the impact of these actions and refine your approach over time. Ask yourself, am I doing just enough, or am I raising the bar? Exceeding expectations isn't about recognition. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and inspiring others along the way. Habit 2. Master the art of reliability. Reliability may not be glamorous, but it's the bedrock of trust, and trust is what makes you irreplaceable. In a world of uncertainty, people gravitate toward those they can count on consistently. Reliability isn't just a trait, it's a skill that sets you apart from the crowd. While many make promises, few follow through with unwavering dependability. Irreplaceable people do. At its core, reliability is about keeping your word. When you say you'll do something, you do it, without excuses. This simple principle builds a reputation that's hard to replicate. Every kept promise strengthens your credibility. Every broken one weakens it. Irreplaceable people understand that their word is their bond, and they treat commitments with the utmost respect. Reliability requires meticulous attention to detail. Irreplaceable people don't leave outcomes to chance. They plan, prepare, and execute with precision, ensuring nothing slips through the cracks. They anticipate obstacles and address them proactively. For example, if a project has 10 steps, they don't stop at 9, assuming the last step will resolve itself. They complete the task thoroughly, leaving no loose ends. This thoroughness builds confidence in those who rely on them. Beyond tasks, reliability extends to character. Irreplaceable people are consistent in their values, honest in their dealings, and grounded in their principles. Others know what to expect from them because they don't waver. This predictability fosters trust, making them the go-to person for collaboration, advice, or leadership. Whether in a crisis or a routine moment, their steadiness is a rare and valued asset. Communication is a critical component of reliability. Irreplaceable people keep others informed, even when things go wrong. If they face delays or challenges, they don't hide or deflect. They communicate transparently, offering updates and solutions. This openness demonstrates accountability and reassures others that they're in capable hands. For instance, if a deadline shifts, they notify stakeholders promptly and propose a plan to move forward. Reliability shines brightest under pressure. It's easy to be dependable when things are smooth, but true reliability is tested in difficult moments, tight deadlines, high stakes, or unexpected setbacks. Irreplaceable people remain calm, focused, and resolute. They don't buckle under stress. They rise to the occasion, proving their worth when it matters most. Managing commitments wisely is essential. Irreplaceable people don't overpromise and underdeliver. They're honest about their capacity and prioritize quality over quantity. Instead of saying yes to everything, they focus on what they can execute flawlessly. This discernment ensures their commitments are meaningful and their delivery is exceptional. Reliability also applies to relationships. Being dependable means showing up for others, not just when it's convenient. It's about lending a listening ear, offering support, or celebrating someone's success. These acts of consistency build deep, lasting bonds. For example, Checking in on a friend during a tough time or remembering a colleague's milestone shows you're reliable in ways that transcend tasks. Mistakes are inevitable, but irreplaceable people handle them differently. When they fall short, they own it, make amends, and take steps to prevent recurrence. This accountability not only preserves their reputation, but often enhances it, as others respect their honesty and commitment to improvement. To build this habit, start by auditing your commitments. Are you following through on everything you promise? Identify one area where you can improve, like meeting deadlines or responding promptly to messages. Create systems to support reliability, such as calendars, reminders, or checklists. Reflect weekly on your progress, noting where you delivered and where you fell short. Over time, reliability becomes part of your identity. Ask yourself, are you someone others can always count on? Reliability builds trust, and trust makes you irreplaceable. Habit 3. Develop a growth-oriented mindset. A growth-oriented mindset is the foundation of continuous improvement, adaptability, and long-term success. Irreplaceable people don't view their skills, knowledge, or potential as fixed. They see them as malleable, capable of expanding through effort, learning, and persistence. This mindset makes them resilient, versatile, and invaluable, as they're always evolving to meet new challenges and seize opportunities. At its heart, a growth mindset is the belief that you can improve with dedication. Irreplaceable people embrace challenges, not as threats but as chances to grow. They don't fear failure, they see it as a teacher. Every mistake, setback, or obstacle holds a lesson that fuels their development. This perspective keeps them from being discouraged by difficulties and makes them adaptable in a changing world. Curiosity drives this habit. Irreplaceable people are lifelong learners, constantly seeking new knowledge and perspectives. They read widely, books, articles, and research, covering topics from their field to unrelated disciplines. They attend workshops, listen to podcasts, and engage with people who challenge their thinking. This hunger for learning keeps them relevant and equips them to handle evolving demands. Feedback is a cornerstone of a growth mindset. Irreplaceable people don't just accept feedback, they seek it actively. They view constructive criticism as a gift, revealing blind spots and areas for improvement. Instead of getting defensive, they listen, reflect, and act on the input. For example, if a manager suggests improving their presentation skills, they enroll in a course or practice diligently. This openness makes them indispensable, as it shows a commitment to excellence. Setting ambitious, yet achievable goals is central to this habit. Irreplaceable people don't settle for mediocrity. They aim high, pushing their limits, but they break their goals into manageable steps. This approach ensures steady progress and builds confidence. For instance, if they want to master a new skill, they dedicate 30 minutes daily to practice, tracking their improvement over weeks. This disciplined pursuit of growth sets them apart. Resilience is another hallmark. Irreplaceable people don't let setbacks define them. When faced with obstacles, they take responsibility for their response, adjust their approach, and keep moving forward. This tenacity inspires others and makes them a stabilizing force in any environment. For example, if a project fails, they analyze the missteps, learn from them, and regroup with a stronger plan. Self-awareness is critical. Irreplaceable people reflect on their strengths, weaknesses, and motivations. They know where they excel and where they need work, allowing them to make informed decisions and avoid repeating mistakes. This introspection also enhances their collaboration, as they understand how their actions impact others. Adaptability ties closely to a growth mindset. In a fast-paced world, clinging to outdated methods is a recipe for obsolescence. Irreplaceable. People embrace change, learning new skills and adopting new strategies as needed. They're not afraid to step outside their comfort zone, whether it's mastering new technology or tackling unfamiliar challenges. This flexibility ensures they remain valuable in dynamic settings. A growth mindset fosters creativity and innovation. By believing their potential is limitless, irreplaceable people take risks and experiment with new ideas. They approach problems with curiosity, finding solutions others overlook. For instance, in a business setting, they might propose a novel marketing strategy that leverages emerging trends, setting their team apart. This habit also inspires others. Irreplaceable people lead by example, showing what's possible through growth and effort. Their optimism and determination are contagious, elevating teams and communities. They don't just improve themselves, they create environments where growth is celebrated, making them central figures in any group. To cultivate this habit, commit to daily learning. Read for 15 minutes, take an online course, or seek feedback from a mentor. Set one growth-oriented goal each month, like improving a skill or overcoming a weakness. Reflect weekly on your progress, noting lessons learned and areas for further development. Ask yourself, am I growing or am I staying comfortable? A growth mindset makes you indispensable by ensuring you're always evolving. Habit 4. Master. Effective communication. Effective communication is a skill that elevates your impact and sets you apart as irreplaceable. It's not just about speaking or writing well, it's about connecting, inspiring, and building trust. Irreplaceable people communicate with clarity, purpose, and empathy, making them influential in any setting from boardrooms to personal relationships. Communication starts with listening. Irreplaceable people are active listeners, giving their full attention to others. They don't just wait for their turn to speak. They seek to understand, asking thoughtful questions and reflecting back what they hear. This makes others feel valued and strengthens relationships. For example, in a team meeting, they might paraphrase a colleague's idea to ensure clarity, fostering collaboration. When they speak, irreplaceable people are intentional. They choose words that are clear, concise, and impactful, avoiding jargon or fluff. Whether giving a presentation or writing an email, their message is purposeful and easy to understand. They consider their audience, tailoring their tone and content to suit the context. Formal for a client, casual for a friend. This adaptability ensures their communication resonates. Empathy is a hallmark of their communication. Irreplaceable. People consider others' perspectives, needs, and emotions. They adapt their approach to connect on a human level, whether offering support to a struggling teammate or pitching an idea to a skeptical client. This emotional intelligence makes their words meaningful and memorable. Non-verbal communication is equally important. Irreplaceable people are mindful of their body language, tone, and facial expressions. They maintain open, confident postures and use a tone that reinforces their message. For instance, a warm smile during a conversation conveys approachability, while a steady voice during a presentation signals authority. This alignment of verbal and non-verbal cues builds credibility. Storytelling is a powerful tool in their arsenal. Irreplaceable people use stories to make ideas relatable and engaging. Whether sharing a personal anecdote or illustrating a point with an example, they capture attention and inspire action. For example, a leader might share a story of overcoming failure to motivate their team, creating a deeper connection than facts alone could achieve. Handling conflict constructively is another strength. Irreplaceable people don't shy away from difficult conversations. They navigate them with grace. They focus on solutions, not blame, and approach conflicts with empathy and tact. For instance, if a colleague misunderstands a directive, they clarify calmly, ensuring the relationship remains intact. This ability to resolve disputes strengthens their value as collaborators and leaders. Feedback is a two-way street. Irreplaceable. People give feedback that's specific, constructive, and actionable, focusing on behaviors rather than personal traits. They might say, "Your report could be clearer with more data," rather than, "You're not good at writing." They're equally open to receiving feedback, viewing it as a chance to grow. This openness enhances their communication and effectiveness. In teams, irreplaceable people foster collaboration through clear communication. They ensure everyone understands goals, roles, and expectations, keeping the group aligned. They encourage input, creating an inclusive environment where ideas thrive. This clarity and openness drive success and make them indispensable. To build this habit, practice active listening daily. Focus fully on one conversation without distractions. Work on clarity by writing a concise email or preparing a brief presentation. Seek feedback on your communication style and act on it. Reflect on how your words and actions affect others, adjusting as needed. Ask yourself, am I communicating to connect or just to be heard? Mastering communication makes you a trusted, influential presence. Habit 5. Commit to personal growth. In a rapidly changing world, standing still is not an option. Irreplaceable people make personal growth a priority, understanding that continuous improvement is key to staying relevant and valuable. They don't just accept growth as possible. They pursue it relentlessly, developing themselves mentally, emotionally, and skillfully. A growth mindset underpins this habit. Irreplaceable people believe their abilities are not fixed, but expandable through effort. They embrace challenges as opportunities, viewing mistakes as lessons rather than failures. This courage to step outside their comfort zone sets them apart, as they're unafraid to tackle the unknown. Curiosity fuels their growth. Irreplaceable people are lifelong learners, seeking knowledge through books, courses, and conversations. They explore diverse topics, from industry trends to personal development, knowing that broad perspectives enhance their adaptability. For example, a marketer might study psychology to better understand consumer behavior, gaining an edge in their field. Goal setting drives their progress. Irreplaceable people set ambitious goals but break them into actionable steps. They don't aim for vague ideals like being better. They target specific outcomes like learning a new language or improving their leadership skills. This clarity and structure ensure steady advancement. Self-awareness is critical. Irreplaceable people reflect on their strengths, weaknesses, and behaviors. They know what they're good at and where they need work, allowing them to focus their growth efforts effectively. For instance, if they struggle with patience, they might practice mindfulness or seek feedback to improve. This introspection aligns their actions with their values and goals. Feedback is a vital tool. Irreplaceable people actively seek input from mentors, peers, or clients, using it to refine their approach. They're selective, prioritizing feedback from credible sources, but they're never defensive. They view criticism as a roadmap for growth, not a personal attack. Discipline sustains their efforts. Growth doesn't happen by chance. It requires consistent action. Irreplaceable people build routines to support their development, like daily reading, weekly reflection, or regular skill practice. These small habits compound, leading to significant transformation over time. Resilience keeps them going. Setbacks are inevitable, but irreplaceable people use them as fuel. They analyze failures, extract lessons, and move forward stronger. This ability to bounce back inspires others and makes them a reliable presence in any setting. Emotional growth is equally important. Irreplaceable people work on their emotional intelligence, managing their emotions and building empathy. They understand that success hinges on relationships, and strong relationships require emotional maturity. By improving their ability to connect and lead, they enhance their impact. Adaptability is a byproduct of growth. Irreplaceable people don't cling to outdated habits or beliefs. They embrace change, learning new skills and pivoting as needed. This flexibility ensures they remain relevant in evolving environments, from shifting industries to changing personal circumstances. Their growth is contagious. Irreplaceable people share their knowledge, mentor others, and foster environments where development is valued. By uplifting those around them, they amplify their impact and solidify their indispensability. To build this habit, create a growth plan. Set one learning goal per month, like reading a book or taking a course. Seek feedback weekly and act on it. Reflect daily on your progress, noting what you've learned and how you've grown. Ask yourself, am I investing in my growth or am I coasting? Committing to personal growth ensures you're always evolving, always irreplaceable. Habit 6. Build. and nurture meaningful relationship success is rarely a solo endeavor. Irreplaceable people understand the power of relationships, not shallow connections, but deep, trust-based bonds that elevate everyone involved. They know that strong relationships amplify their impact and open doors to opportunities that solitary effort cannot. Authenticity is the foundation of this habit. Irreplaceable people are genuine, showing up as their true selves. They don't wear masks or seek to impress through pretense. This authenticity builds trust, as others feel safe and valued in their presence. People are drawn to those who are real, making authenticity a magnet for meaningful connections. Listening is a core skill. Irreplaceable people practice active listening, giving their full attention and seeking to understand. They ask thoughtful questions, validate feelings, and show genuine interest. For example, in a conversation, they might ask, "How did that make you feel?" to deepen understanding. This engagement makes others feel seen, strengthening bonds. Empathy drives their relationships. Irreplaceable people consider others, perspectives and emotions, tailoring their approach to meet their needs. They're not focused on what they can gain, but on how they can contribute. This selfless mindset fosters reciprocity, as others are inspired to support them in return. Generosity sets them apart. Irreplaceable people add value without expecting immediate returns. They share knowledge, offer help, or create opportunities for others. For instance, they might introduce two colleagues who could collaborate or share a resource that solves a problem. This giving nature builds goodwill and a reputation for dependability. Trust is non-negotiable. Irreplaceable people keep their promises, honor confidences, and act with integrity. They don't gossip or betray trust, understanding that credibility is hard-earned and easily lost. This consistency makes them a reliable presence, someone others turn to in good times and bad. Respect is universal. Irreplaceable people treat everyone with dignity, regardless of status. They value connections with people from all walks of life, not just those who can benefit them. This inclusivity creates a wide network of goodwill, opening unexpected opportunities. Conflict resolution is a strength. Irreplaceable people don't avoid disagreements. They address them with empathy and focus on solutions. They approach conflicts as chances to strengthen relationships, not weaken them. For example, if a teammate misinterprets their intentions, they clarify calmly, ensuring mutual understanding. Consistency nurtures their relationships. Irreplaceable people don't just connect when they need something. They invest in their bonds over time. They check in regularly, offer support, and celebrate others' successes. This steady presence builds trust and deepens connections. They also build communities. Irreplaceable people act as connectors, introducing people who can benefit each other and fostering collaboration. By creating networks of shared purpose, they amplify their impact and become central figures in their circles. Finally, they choose their relationships wisely. Irreplaceable people surround themselves with those who inspire and challenge them, avoiding toxic connections that drain their energy. They know their environment shapes their success, so they curate it intentionally. To build this habit, commit to one relationship-building action daily, send a thoughtful message, listen actively in a conversation, or offer help without being asked. Reflect weekly on your connections, noting how you've added value. Ask yourself, am I building relationships that uplift, or am I just networking? Meaningful relationships make you indispensable by creating a network of trust and support. Habit 7. Master adaptability. In a world of constant change, adaptability is a defining trait of irreplaceable people. They don't resist uncertainty, they embrace it, seeing change as an opportunity to innovate, grow, and add value. Their ability to adjust, pivot, and thrive in any environment makes them indispensable. Adaptability starts with mindset. Irreplaceable people approach change with curiosity, not fear. They ask, what can I learn from this? What opportunities does it offer? Instead of dwelling on what's lost, they focus on what's possible. This proactive outlook keeps them ahead of the curve. Letting go is key. Irreplaceable people don't cling to outdated methods or beliefs. They regularly evaluate their approaches, discarding what no longer works and experimenting with new strategies. For example, if a traditional marketing tactic loses effectiveness, they explore digital alternatives, staying relevant. Continuous learning fuels adaptability. Irreplaceable people stay curious, seeking knowledge to prepare for future challenges. They study industry trends, learn new skills, and engage with diverse perspectives. This learning keeps them agile and ready for whatever comes next. Agility in decision-making is critical. When circumstances shift, irreplaceable people reassess, quickly adjusting their plans based on new information. They don't lament the loss of their original strategy, they find new paths to their goals. This flexibility ensures they remain effective under pressure. Emotional resilience supports adaptability. Change can bring stress, but irreplaceable. People stay calm and focused. They view challenges as chances to grow, using setbacks to build strength. Their composure inspires confidence, making them a steady presence in turbulent times. Collaboration enhances their adaptability. Irreplaceable people leverage others' strengths during change, fostering open communication and creative problem-solving. They know the best solutions often come from diverse perspectives, so they build teams that thrive in uncertainty. Anticipation sets them apart. Irreplaceable people monitor trends and prepare for potential shifts. They position themselves to capitalize on opportunities before others notice them. For instance, a business leader might invest in emerging technology, gaining a competitive edge. Failure is part of the process. Irreplaceable people don't fear mistakes. They learn from them. They analyze setbacks, apply the lessons, and move forward. This fail-forward mindset fuels innovation and growth, making them fearless in the face of uncertainty. Adaptability balances flexibility with consistency. Irreplaceable people stay true to their core values and vision, even as they adjust their methods. This balance keeps them authentic and reliable, ensuring their adaptability enhances their impact. To build this habit, practice flexibility daily. Try a new approach to a routine task, like using a different tool or method. Stay informed about changes in your field, dedicating 10 minutes daily to reading industry news. Reflect weekly on how you've adapted to challenges, noting what worked. Ask yourself, am I embracing change or resisting it? Mastering adaptability ensures you thrive in any environment, making you irreplaceable. Conclusion: becoming irreplaceable isn't about perfection or rare talents. It's about committing to habits that elevate your impact. By exceeding expectations, mastering reliability, embracing a growth mindset, communicating effectively, pursuing personal growth, building meaningful relationships, and adapting to change, you become someone others can't imagine replacing. These habits require courage, discipline, and intentionality. They're not reserved for the elite. They're available to anyone willing to show up daily and do the work. Each choice to act with integrity, learn from setbacks, or add value compounds, building a reputation of excellence and trust. Irreplaceable people don't just achieve success. They create significance. They transform environments, inspire others, and leave a lasting legacy. Their value lies not in titles or accolades, but in the unique contributions they bring to every interaction and endeavor. Ask yourself, which habits am I practicing? Where can I improve? What step can I take today? Becoming irreplaceable is a journey of small, deliberate choices. Commit to these habits, and you'll build a life of impact, purpose, and enduring value.